know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
Professional athletes come to me, or professional athlete hopefuls, they come to me, they like, Dre, I'm doing good, Paka Todorov, how you feeling? Where you checking in from? They say to me, Dre, how much money can you make playing basketball overseas? What's the average salary? How much money should I expect to make when I play overseas? And I tell them the exact same thing all the time. The answer is this: you get what you negotiate and or what you accept. And the reason I'm telling you that is not because I think most of you are basketball players, because I know most of you are not. The thing is that that's the way that life is. You get what you negotiate and or what you accept. If you negotiating means they say we'll give you $2, you say I want $5, they say let's split it in the middle and give you $4 or $3.50, whatever it is. If you accept it, then that's what you get. If they say, well, if you want $5 and they say we'll give you $2 and you accept $2, then you get $2. If you walk away from the $2 because you say you want $5, then you walk away. Maybe somebody give you $5, maybe you'll get nothing. Understand that life is a commission-based thing, and life is based on what you accept and or what you negotiate. Think about it. In your relationships, any of you ever been in a bad relationship before with somebody who just was not the right person, but you didn't leave them, you didn't get out of that relationship, and what happened? You kept getting what you chose to accept. Now, if you had a point, any of you ever been in a relationship where things weren't going the right way, but instead of leaving that person or breaking up the relationship, you decided, oh, let me sit down with this person. Let's have a heart-to-heart conversation and let's talk about these things. That's another form of negotiation. You negotiated what type of relationship you wanted. Now, maybe that person started doing the things you wanted them to do or being the person you wanted them to be, or maybe they didn't. And then at that point, you had another choice. You either got to accept it, you can walk away, or you can negotiate again and say, all right, we had that conversation 6 months ago. I think we need to have another sit down, honey. Let's talk about this again. Life works the exact same way that athletics works when it comes to professional sports. What you accept is what you get and or what you negotiate. And when we say negotiate, that's the number 2 thing that I talk about. What you're going to get from Dre all day is 3 things. Number 1, the mental game. Number 2, selling yourself. And number 3, making things happen. And that number 2 point, selling yourself. In life, you get what you accept or negotiate. Now, when we talk about negotiating, the better you're able to sell yourself, the better things you're able to negotiate. Think about an old boyfriend or girlfriend that you had 4 or 5 years ago. Probably not as pretty or not as good of a person as the boyfriend or girlfriend you got now. Why? Because you improved as a person. You got better at selling yourself. You have better products and services, so to speak, to sell of yourself. And now all of a sudden you're getting better. Now all of a sudden you're getting better results. It's the same thing that happens in sports. It's the same thing in your relationships. It's the same thing at your work, and it's the same thing in all of life. And in today's stream, we're talking about selling yourself and life being on a 100% commission. Now, let me explain how this works. Some people, I've talked to people probably in the last 30, 60 days, they say things like, well, Dre, I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to do anything that has to do with sales. I don't like any type of work that has to do with commission. I like to know exactly what I'm going to be getting every single week, every single month, every single day, so I can budget. And I know people who they may do some things in sales on the side, but they do some kind of work where they get paid a regular quote unquote steady paycheck every single month, and they're like, yeah, I'm getting it. I want to get my steady amount every month. I don't want to jump all the way into doing the sales thing, even though I like it more than I like what I'm doing to do this steady job. Because if I do sales, then I won't know how much money I'm making. I won't be able to budget. I won't be able to, plan out the next 6 months or 5 years of my life. I like to be able to plan it out, so I want to have this steady amount. Well, all of you need to understand on this day, February 23rd, my birthday is February 3rd, February 23rd, 2016 is this: the entire world is moving to a commission-based structure. And I'm not just talking about your work. I'm not just talking about your job or your business, or if you're an entrepreneur. I'm talking about everything in life is moving to a commission-based structure. What does a commission-based structure mean? It means that you will get paid. And when I say paid, I don't necessarily mean money. I mean rewards, attention, being able to help people, feeling good about yourself, whatever it is that you consider to be a reward. You will be getting paid in direct proportion to the value you bring to the table, not in the time and effort that you put into it. Now, I'm going to give you 3 tips that will help you understand this, that you're going to take with you for the rest of today and the rest of your life, understanding that everything you do in life is now going to be a commission-based business. Whether you like it or you don't like it, it doesn't matter. You will be on commission, meaning if you're not producing, you will not have anything to consume. Step number 1 is that you have to understand that your focus needs to be on production and not on activity. Professional athletes Every day I get emails from basketball players who want to play ball overseas. Can I get some hearts, please? Periscope. Can I get some hearts over here on Periscope? Can I get 500 hearts from everybody in the stream? What's up, Raider Nation Raw? Can I get 500 hearts from every single person in the stream on Periscope? And can I get a thumbs up from everybody on Facebook? Number one is this. You must focus on production and not on activity. For basketball players come to me, they email, they're like, Dre, I work hard every single day. I do my drills. I'm the hardest working person in practice. I finish first in every single suicide that we do. I know I'm better than all of these players. If I just get my opportunity, I'll make it happen. I deserve to have a chance to make it happen and make it work in life. The answer to that statement is no, you do not. You do not deserve an opportunity. You do not deserve a chance. You don't deserve either one of those. Chances and opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, are not things that are given. Chances and opportunities are taken. Leadership is not given. Leadership is taken. You do not deserve any of those things. Just because you put in work and you put in a whole bunch of effort and you've been doing it for a very long time does not mean that you deserve any type of payment. And again, when I say payment, not necessarily meaning money, doesn't mean that you deserve any type of reward for it. It means that you must focus on producing something, because when you produce something, no matter how much effort you put in or didn't put in, nobody can go against that. See, when you talk about, I just put in all this effort, I did this for this much time, somebody could say, well, that's worth nothing. To somebody else could say, well, that's worth $1 million. But the fact is, it's all based on somebody's opinion. You want an objective fact, which is what you produced. I did this. I'll tell you a story. Bill Russell. All y'all, yes, it's a 500 heart limit. Periscope, you would have to leave and come back to give me more than 500. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Y'all know Bill Russell, right? Bill Russell played basketball for the Boston Celtics. Any of you who don't know Bill Russell, don't matter. You understand this. Bill Russell played for the Boston Celtics. He won 11 NBA championships back in the 50s and the 60s. And one person interviewed Bill Russell at the end of his career, and they said, Bill, why did you focus so much on what was your motivation for winning so many championships in the NBA? What was it that drove you? And Bill said, you know what happened? Early on in my career, I realized that all those awards that get given out, like the MVP award, the most outstanding player, I mean, they get that out in college, any type of all-star votes, the Hall of Fame, any of those things, I understand that all of those awards are very subjective. They're based on the opinions of other people, what they think, how they feel, whether they like me personally or don't like me personally. Those all factor into whether I can win those awards. But what I understood was, and this is Bill Russell talking, he said, what I understood was, if I went out and won every single game, if I won as many games as possible, won as many championships as possible, that would go down as historical fact that could not be disputed, and it had nothing to do with anybody else's opinion. What does any of that have to do with y'all? It means that when you produce things, it goes down as a historical fact. See, when you say I put in a whole bunch of effort and I work harder than this person, that person, the third person, it doesn't matter anymore. It used to matter. I understand that it used to matter, but it doesn't matter anymore. So number one is that you have to understand your focus is on production, not on activity. Being paid for your time is going away. So if you work somewhere right now where you get paid for your time, I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you that the sky is falling or that the building is collapsing. But actually, no, I am telling you that. The sky is falling and the building is collapsing. You need to gather your things and get out of there mentally, if not physically. What that means is, what's up, Tan? Checking in from H-Town. What that means is you need to start looking for ways where you can get rewarded for your production and not for your time. Because eventually, whoever it is that's paying you for your time is going to say, you know what, Mike, you know what, Tan, you know what, Lisa, you know what, Jonathan, we're going to start paying you based on what you produce instead of on your time. Now, you need to ask yourself this question right here. If you started getting paid, for what you produce versus instead of getting paid for the time that you're putting in, would you be making more money or less money? Would you be getting more rewards or less rewards? Would you have more fans or less fans? Would you be able to reach more people or less people? That's the question you need to be able to answer to yourself. Actually, all of you can answer that question to yourself right now. What you need to do is alter your outputs so that answer is favorable to you. Because if you were getting paid only on your production and not on your time, and your rewards will go down, that means something is wrong with your business model and you need to fix it ASAP. Commission means you get paid for your production. It does not mean you just getting paid. It means you're getting paid for your production and not on your time. Number two thing to understand, we're talking about life being on commission. Number two, you must provide value to get value in return. So when you get on this commission, let's say you start a commission-based business, let's say you start living your life with this commission mindset, is this: you must provide value to get value in return. So if you want money, All you had to do is solve the problems of a whole bunch of people. You want to make $1 billion, you got to help a billion people solve a problem. If you want any type of reward, all you had to do is provide that much value and you'll get it back in return. Because we're all familiar with the law of karma, right? We're all familiar with karma. The energy you put out comes back to you. It's the exact same thing in business. When you do good by helping a whole lot of people, all they're going to do is get back by paying you to get the thing that you're providing. So how do you find how to deliver value? Some people say, well, I want to deliver value. I want to help a whole bunch of people. I want to make money for doing it, but I have no idea how to deliver value. I don't have any idea what value to deliver or who to give it to. So here's what you do. You've had in your life. Look at the challenges you've had in your life, the things that have not gone right for you in your life, and you're going to start solving that. And you're going to ask yourself, we good on Periscope? I'm getting a little bit of a flash there. Are we good on the connection? All you're going to do is make sure that you start, first of all, find other people who have the same challenge as you. All right. Is in and out. Are we good now? Are we good now on Periscope? We'll making sure that we good. Facebook, I see y'all sticking with me. Can I get some shares and likes on Facebook? We good. All right. You must look at the challenges that you've had in your own life and think to yourself, do other people have this same challenge? Do other people have this same challenge? If the answer is yes, all you need to do is provide a way to help other people with that challenge the same way that you helped yourself. So if it's a challenge you're going through right now, find a solution and then provide that solution to other people. If it's a challenge that you went through and survived, that's even better. Tell your story through a medium that doesn't cost you anything. All it costs you is time, such as social media. Let people know about your story, what challenge you faced, how you fixed it, and what the result was, and start providing that value to other people. Now you're going to get other people paying you attention. They're going to pay you attention first. They pay you money second. So that's a branding conversation that I've gotten into before, and I'll get into later. So number 2 step here is you must find a problem and address it. When you help other people solve their problems, they will pay you for it. Everybody understand that. Their problems, they will pay you for it. What was the problem that we had in life? Let's look at the things that we use right now. Right now, I got 4 screens. I got a phone and a Chromebook all open right now. What was one of the problems we had was that people wanted to be able to get more information. Everybody was not being able to access information at the same level equally. So how do we fix that? The internet. Now information is flat. Everybody in the world can get information at any time. Problem solved. Now, the people who started flattening out the internet, such as Wikipedia and Google and any place that you can find information online, did they make a whole bunch of money? Yes, they did. Why? Because they solved a whole bunch of people's problems. What was another thing? We wanted to be able to be in other people's business. I want to know what you're doing all day, every single point of the day. I want to know where you're going, where you're spending your money, what you're buying, who you're hanging with, and how you're feeling at the moment. Who solved that problem? Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Periscope, YouTube. Did those companies make a whole bunch of money? Yes, they did, because they solved a problem that people didn't even know they had. They created a problem that people didn't even know they had, and guess what? They made a whole bunch of money. We had a problem that we didn't even know we had. That drinking water out of the tap was bad for us. If you turned on the faucet, pour some water in the cup and drink it, that was bad for you. We didn't even know we had that problem, but all of a sudden the bottled water industry came along, told us that we had that problem. They solved it by selling us bottles of water. This is actually tap water. It was actually refrigerator water that I just refilled this bottle. They start selling us bottles of water. How much money does the bottled water industry make every single year? Why? Because they created and solved, they identified and solved the problem for us. And that's a whole different discussion whether that was actually a problem. But y'all get the point of what I'm saying. You identify a problem that other people have, you solve it, and you will get paid. You will be rewarded when you solve other people's problems. Number 3, for those just checking in, we are talking about the commission-based life. Life is going to be 100% based on commission. If it's not for you right now, it will be very soon. We live on Facebook right now, live on Periscope. Number 3 thing is this: when you are providing value, in life, and this goes to the number 2 thing I talked about for myself, which is selling yourself, selling, marketing, promoting yourself. When you provide value to other people, you solve a problem that they didn't know they had, or they did know they had but otherwise couldn't solve. This is the kicker right here. You get to set your own price. When you are providing value to other people, you are solving a problem that they otherwise were not able to solve. You get to set your own price. You do not have to accept the price that's handed to you. If you think about this in life, any time in life where you were not really solving a lot of problems, you were not providing a ton of value, someone told you what the price was that you were are going to receive. And you had no choice but to accept it or walk away and try to find somebody who would give you a better price. See, when you're being paid on your time, you get paid what you have to accept what you get paid. You have to accept what you're offered, or you can go try to find a better offer. When you get paid on your production, you set your own price. You think about anybody you know who's an entrepreneur, anybody who creates and sells stuff. What do they set their own price, or do they have somebody tell them how much it's worth? They set their own price. They say this is what the price is. Now they may adjust it based on the market, based on the response of the consumer, but understand that you get to set your own price when you're the one creating. When you're the one creating, you get to set the price. And when you have the gold, you set the price. You dominate the conversation. Everything starts with you. Everything stops with you. When you provide value, you set your own price. You do not have to accept the price handed to you. So let's review. Thank you, D, for posting those 3 topics. Can I get some hearts actually over here on Periscope as we review the 3 steps that I talked about here going into the commission-based life? Can I get 500 hearts from everybody on Periscope? Replay viewers, I'm talking to you too. Please let me get 500. Number 1, focus on production, not activity. Being paid for time is slowly going away. That building is crumbling. If you are living in that building, start looking for a new place to live. Call your real estate agent. Call the movers. Reserve a U-Haul truck. You got to get the hell out of that building ASAP. Your life will be based on commission, meaning what you produce, not on the time that you put in. Number 2, provide value to get value in return. Find a problem and address it. And I will be taking questions after this. Number 2, find a problem and address it. Start with your own problems. Look at your own problems that you've had in life or that you have right now. Solve that problem. Share it with other people, because you're probably not the only person with that exact same problem. You will get paid back in return. Number 3, when you are providing value, you can set your own price and not have to accept the price that is handed to you by life. When you provide value, you tell people what it's going to cost for them to get it. If you provide people something that they can only get from you, guess what? You can set the price whatever you want, because the only way they can get it is to get it through you. If people want to use Snapchat, they got to go. If people want to use, let's use Facebook as an example. There's been a lot of talk over the years about Facebook's privacy settings and privacy issues. But guess what? They got so many people ingrained into using their platform. Once they decide to update their privacy terms and conditions, 99% of people ain't even reading it. Most of us don't even know that they were updated until somebody writes a blog post about it and it goes viral. Why? Because we are so bought into the solution that they provided that they get to set their own price. Their price being, we're going to take all your privacy and share and keep it and share it with advertisers who are going to advertise to death to you until you buy or until you die. Why? Because they provided such value that we bought into it and there's nowhere else to get it. That is the exact same thing that you can do for yourself. Maybe not on the same scale, maybe on a bigger scale if you want to, depending on the level of your thinking. But understand, this is what happens in the commission-based world. You set your own price and people had to adjust to it. Do I have any questions? Anybody on Periscope questions, Facebook questions? I will take questions. This is Dre all day. Y'all are talking to right now. What's up, Oliver? What's up, Lewis? CJDE. Chris said, I joined a new team and didn't play well, so how do I gain respect back from them? By getting on the team and playing again. It ain't only one game. Whatever team you join is more than one game in one day. So go play in the next game or the next practice, improve your game. Jonathan from San Jose, what up? Paka Todorov, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you everybody on Facebook for posting the comments. Make sure I get some likes, everybody on Facebook, even if you're watching a replay. Likes and shares. D says, you think it's imperative to build social media presence on your brand before selling your item? Well, who are you going to sell it to, Z? Who are you going to sell it to, D? If nobody knows that you exist, how are you going to sell an item? So the answer to your question is yes. In order for you to sell something, you got to have people to sell it to. Social media allows you to build a platform to sell, a platform of customers to sell to without spending the advertising money. Well, that's what's up, Coach Kev. I'm glad you like this one. So how do you promote yourself when you're trying to go pro? That's a great question. Number 1 thing, go to exposure camps where other people can see you play. Number 2, get a video. You need film, game video of yourself playing basketball so people who are not in the same physical space as you can see you play. And number 3, you must market, promote, and contact the hell out of people. You must cold call people. I did a live stream on cold calling a few months back. If y'all missed that, go to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/DREUPT, or just go to workonyourga.me. Workonyourga.me, that's my YouTube channel. See the video I did on cold calling, which is about probably 2 months ago, maybe a month or 2 ago, about cold calling. full game film, I like highlight film. If you go to my website, Dark SC, go to dreallday.com/help. I detailed that, so you have an exact detailed step-by-step of what you need. It's all on that page. It's called the Guides and Tips page. Go to the section under Pro Basketball. It's like 20 articles under there that tells you everything you need to know about playing overseas. The fall says, I'm nervous to shoot threes in games, but I can shoot them in practice. I always drive first. Go to dreallday.com/play, PLAY, dreallday.com/play. That tells you how to play in games at the same level that you play in practice, which sounds like your problem. Do y'all see what I'm doing here? Somebody posted a question that I didn't catch. Posted it. Y'all see what I'm doing right here? People have questions. I'm seeing their problems and I'm addressing them. Did I self-publish? Yes, I did. I'm addressing the problems that people have. You see these questions people coming up with? I already have answers to them because I've been asked these same questions. I've heard these same problems, these same challenges over and over again over the years. So I knew, let me go provide a solution, write it down, put it somewhere where people can get it over and over and over again so I don't have to keep answering the question. Yes, that's correct. Dark SC, that's correct. Yes, my website is dreallday.com. So anything I reference, you'll probably find there. Even if it goes to an external site, I got links to it. So this is the same thing that all of you can do. I'm not telling you this to impress you, but to impress upon you. It's the same thing for you. Now, you might not be a basketball player. You might not be a social media person. Live streaming might not be your thing. Doesn't have to be. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg doesn't live stream. Bill Gates isn't a live streamer. Warren Buffett's not a social media guy. So you can still provide value and receive value doing other things. All you need to do is identify problems that you see other people having. Ideally, problems that you also have, because then you'll have a backstory to tell people. You know, people buy stories, not facts. And then you can start providing value. Everything I'm talking about, how to play basketball overseas, how to play ball as well as you practice, how to put out your own books, how to start branding yourself online. I get these questions over and over and over again over the last 10 years. So the more I hear these questions, I say, let me make something. Let me write a blog post. Let me make a free PDF. Let me write a book. Let me write a chapter. Let me do a live stream where I address that question. So then when somebody asks me that question, I can direct them to it, and then they could direct somebody else, and then people just hear about it. So this is the exact same thing that all of you can do. Justice checking in from Lithuania. Shout out to Lithuania. Shout out to Countess. This is on Facebook. Shout out to Countess. Shout out to where else I know in Lithuania. There was the town I flew into. Shout out to Vilnius. Oliver said, what's my best advice for an 18-year-old business-minded boy? Start educating yourself on business ASAP. Like not now, but yesterday. Start educating yourself on business. How do you do that? Go to dreallday.com/read. Do y'all see the pattern here? Do y'all see the pattern of what I'm doing right here? Can I get some hearts, please, on Periscope, man? Y'all, Periscope, y'all dozing off over there. When they ask who mentored me, I'm going to say Dre all day. That's what's up. That's what's up. I want you to be a success story, D, and I'm going to address that in a second. Go to dreallday.com/read. Any of you want to get some books on business or personal development or how to deal with other people or motivating yourself, go to dreallday.com/read. Like read a book. That's my list of book recommendations for specific areas of life. So, and this is what it is. Like when anybody asks me a question that I haven't already covered it in some type of content that I can direct them to, you know what I do? I write it down. I write down that idea. Like, damn, somebody asked me about that. I never talked about that. I never wrote about that. I never made a book about that. I never made a video about that. I need to address that. And then I go address it. And there will always be new problems and new challenges because there are always new people. Everybody understand that? Do you think it's better to finish out your college eligibility or leave school early to pursue pro? That's a good question. That's a question really that you would have to answer for yourself, because once you go in, you can't go back. Once you leave college, you ain't going back. Let me ask you this. What college you playing at? What level of school are you playing at? My advice is if you're going to leave school to go pro, you better be a pro. You better be a pro level player right now. And if you're not sure, then that means you're not. So that's my question. My question in return to you. And as D was saying, I want to create success stories. I don't put this information out there just so you could take it and masturbate with the information. I want you to actually use the information, take action with the information. I try to make my information as actionable as possible so you can do something with it, because I want you to become a success story. You're a D2 but receiving small D1 interest. I think you should stay in school. Without seeing you play or anything, I think you should stay in school. If you're asking, you should probably stay in school. That's my rule of thumb right there. Stay in school, get better, improve your game so that when you get out of school, you are a pro and you're not foregoing a chance to make yourself better and get seen at the same time. NCAA is the best way to get seen. So what, as I was saying, I want y'all to become success stories so that y'all take this information, you go become a success in it, and then you could come out and say, yo, this guy Dre all day played a small role in me becoming this success. Because you still got to take the action. You can sit there and listen to me talk all day, read all my books, watch all my streams, follow all my tweets, like all my Instagram posts. But if you do nothing with the information, you're not going to get anything. What product should I sell instead of candy? What's wrong with selling candy? This candy ain't selling? Oliver on Facebook says, how would you change blog about success mindset on business? I don't understand the question, Oliver. You had to rephrase that. I'm not understanding what you mean. But if you're selling candy, if it's selling, keep selling it. If it's working, keep working it. You know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But all you got to do, if you're thinking about selling a product, if you're thinking about selling something that people, all you got to do is sell something that people always consume and that they'll need to consume no matter what, no matter where, no matter who. You think about what are the things that people always consume no matter what they do. People are always going to eat junk food. People always drink water. So those two things, anything junk food. There's other junk food besides candy. I've been missing someone relatable who's been there, done that. Well, that's what's up. I'm here for you, D. I'm here for you. Listen, it was ordained by the heavens and the earth for you to find this Periscope stream. And that's why I do so many of these streams. That's why I publish 4,000 YouTube videos. That's why I got all these Facebook followers. That's why I got all y'all here on Facebook. That's why I'm doing Twitter. That's why I got Instagram. That's why I got Snapchat. That's why I got my Periscope ideas folder is 236 ideas in here. So every day I'm just picking and choosing. It was ordained for me to put out all this content because I know a lot of you need it. So what am I doing? If you listen to what I'm saying, all I'm doing is solving problems that other people have. And when I hear a new problem that I haven't addressed, I go address it. And then I put that in a form of content that people can consume over and over and over and over again. People pay attention. That's all it is. That's exactly how it works. Can I take one more question before we wrap this one up? This is Dre all day, y'all talking to. If y'all want to read my first book, it is called Buy a Game. Facebook is a link up right under my cover photo Periscope. The link is right there in my bio. My first book is called Buy a Game. It is my basketball story from when I first started playing up to and through my college years. What's going on, Lean OK? You can read that book completely for free. Just click the link in my bio. I'm also going to send you my blog posts. I blog almost every single day and a lot of other great content. You can get that link. Again, Periscope right there in my bio. Facebook is right at the top under my cover photo. What advice would I have for someone looking to have a very long pro career? Be a good player. The only way your career is going to be long is if you're providing value every year. Once you stop providing value, you're done. You're out of there. So my advice is get your game up. It's always the same. Work on your game is always probably the bottom line of any piece of advice I can give to anybody. Work on your game. Justice says, how to get ready for my first day at a sales job in the real estate industry. Go to sleep, wake up, put on your clothes and go to work. If it's your first day, you don't know nothing, so they're going to teach you. Obviously, they probably have sales training. They're going to teach you how to do it. Just make sure you show up to work. Be early. Be 15 minutes early for work. That's what you can do. And make sure you are educating yourself outside of work. Start reading books at the link that I told you, dreallday.com/read. Please tell you the what? Lino, I don't even know what that word is, that last word that you said. So all of you, the number one piece of advice I'll give all of you, I don't care what you do for a living, male, female, young, old, where you live. Start educating yourself outside of your job and outside of your education, outside of your formal education right now. That means read books. Read blog posts of people who are actually blogging about something that matters. Not TMZ, not media takeout, not about what rapper dissed the other rapper, but some actual useful information that will help you in your business. I can't sell candy because my teacher caught me selling and she took all of my candy. Is it illegal? Is it against the law to sell candy at your school? What's the situation? Give me some more context, because just because somebody saw you selling and took your candy doesn't mean you can't do it. I need more information. How do you know when you set the right price for yourself, when people are buying it? If nobody's buying it, maybe your price is a little bit too high, or maybe you haven't found the right consumer. It could be one or the other. It's a supply and demand curve. That's an economics thing. If you read some books on economics, you'll find out about that. I don't have any great recommendations about that just yet, but I am reading Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. That's a good book to start with. I'm on I think the third chapter. It's a 3,000 page book. Tony Robbins does not write small books. But I'm going to knock that out in less than a month, guaranteed. If I do at least 100 pages a day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dre all day. Y'all want to talk to me directly. I know a lot of you want to reach out to me directly. D, I know reached out. Coach Kev has reached out before. There's a bunch of y'all that have reached out before. Hit me on Snapchat, at Dre Baldwin. At Dre Baldwin. One more time. Can somebody post my Snapchat? at Dre Baldwin. My Snapchat, one more time, at Dre Baldwin. That is my Snapchat. Hit me on Snapchat. Send me a video snap. I'll video snap you back. Send me a text snap. I will text snap you back. I do Snapchat all day. I'm about to do some Snapchatting right after I get off here. I got some stuff I want to show y'all online. And I do a lot of things. There's so many places to find me. I can't even talk. Thank you, Dark SC. I can't even tell you everywhere to find me. But I do have my own show on the Grant Cardone TV network. It's called, anybody can guess, the Work on Your Game show on the Grant Cardone TV network. We publishing new shows almost every weekday there. I done put out more shows than anybody on that network. But I'm about to show y'all some snaps from over on that website that I want y'all to see. So you got to go to my Snapchat to make sure you get them. That's Dre Baldwin. At Snapchat, Dre Baldwin. Do I need to say that again? Yes, at Snapchat, Dre Baldwin. Everybody have a fantastic day. I'm about to start working these phones. Dialing for dollars, cold calling. This is what I do. Work on your game, everybody. DreAllDay.com. Make sure you get my first book, Buy a Game. It is free. Click the link right here below in the video description. I'm on all your favorite social media platforms, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Periscope. All the links are right down here below. It's either Dre Baldwin or Dre All Day on each one of those sites. And make sure you are subscribed. Hit that subscribe button down there and the thumbs up like button. Subscribe so you catch all the new content. Work on your game. Dre All Day.